Well, hello peeps. So today we're gonna talk about kind of a clash that's happening in the Enhancement Shaman community, where a part of the community is happy with the changes so far, and another part is very unhappy, and I definitely kind of fall into the part of people who are unhappy, and here I'm kind of want to kind of explain the feelings of the people who are unhappy. One thing that we kind of have to preface this with is the fact that everybody's feelings are valid. Unless they come from a place of misunderstanding or a place of kind of misinformation, really everybody's feelings are valid, right? Two people are going to look at the same exact situation and just going to have completely wild different feelings about it and the different takes about it. So, and also guys, like the kind of toxicity that I see, like, and kind of vitriol from people like that kind of, oh my God, my feelings don't align with yours. Like, guys, absolutely unnecessary, and it's not gonna make the other person like all of a sudden feel the same way as you, especially after you insult them. Like, absolutely, right? Not gonna work like that. In any case, I'm here to kind of explain the feelings of people who are kind of unhappy, or at least why I personally am unhappy, because I feel like a lot of people are not like seeing some of these things. First off, peeps, there's just so much that Blizzard is actually capable of, and they have shown this in the beta. Specifically, how the hunters have just had so many different things tried out, tested, and just wonderful things added to the classes. Monk, another prime example of just like S tier work from Blizzard. If I was gonna be a teacher, let's say if I was like a class and I was grading, right, these developers, right, something like a Monk gets an A+, something like a Hunter gets an A+, especially for effort, because they've been trying a lot of different things with survival specifically. But Enhance, like, what do you give Enhance? I would be giving a D, because this doesn't give effort. It doesn't listen to any of the pointers that you have been giving them, like, throughout the entire class. And just when you see what the other students are capable of doing, right, how can I give this student anything more than, like, a D, right, or a C? You know, you can't really, like, especially when you look at, like, what is capable of, what people who are developing Monk and Hunter are just capable of. So let's just start off with some things that, like, can kind of be worked on. First off, they didn't try anything with the PvP talents, specifically pruning out the kind of necessary choices. Grounding Totem is still, right, how would you say, a PvP talent. This is a must take versus any kind of spellcasting team, always, right? Static Field Totem, I would say, is also so very key to how you play. If you're squishy, or it's just a meta where you are just gonna need to heal yourself a lot, Storm River is also gonna be an absolutely taken talent that you're just not gonna be able to miss. Same with Burrow. In that situation, Burrow is also just a must take. So I just feel like the PvP talents have not really been addressed. Sure, if the Shaman is staying here, Burrow, you might be right able to skip these talents, but I just feel like the way it's right now, you're still kind of tied for 2 slots, and then a 3rd slot you usually have like a highly preferred slot and something that you, how you say, want to take, but you can't really do it all the time. Still, Rite of the Lightning and Shamanism I still think are really problematic, specifically Rite of the Lightning. Like, Rite of the Lightning, anytime it is good, it is just absolute meta, and you just have to take this talent. Like, it is unavoidable to take when it's doing throughput, because if you don't have it, you're not doing the good damage. It is what it is. These are, right, not just a problem for Enhance, like Static Field and Grounding specifically, but I feel like Enhance additionally has it with Rite of Lightning being like usually a really huge... in the Dragonflight it really hasn't been, but like in Shadowlands and in BFA both, this was like a must-take talent, and I just don't want... I feel like you don't really feel like you're choosing talents on Shaman. I still feel like it's very much like you're tied for points, and like you're taking what you have to take. It's not like you're taking what you want to take. Let's say it like that. On the enhancement side, guys, again, a bunch of things that they can work on. Like, first of all, again, 10 different points just to have Lava Lash actually be a viable global to press. Why is it like that? Why doesn't, like, we then have a counter to that with Storm Strike, to have 10 talents that we can take to actually make Storm Strike do something other than just be a Maelstrom generator? Ascendance, guys, like, why is this treated so differently on Enhance? Like, 3-minute cooldown, which is at this point, like, they've been trying to prune out very much, but also 3-minute cooldown with a 15-second duration. Like, what the hell? At least, like, the majority of 3-minute cooldowns are 30 seconds, right, at least. Deeply rooted elements being tied, right? Like, why is it treated so differently than the other versions of Shaman in general? Why is this not like on the shaman tree when every shaman has it. Same with primordial wave, although kind of primordial wave you could say functions differently, right, per shaman, but they still could put that different functionality, right, in the tree. So there's so many of these things that can be kind of looked at. Another thing I think is a big joke for Enhancement Shaman to not have a good time with imbuements, right? With your weapon imbues, right? Like this is what makes you an Enhancement Shaman, enhancing your weapons. Why is Flametongue doing what, 1k damage, right? Yeah, 1k damage in this expansion. Wind Fury actually can do some damage when you take all the different talents for it. Right now, this was giving you kind of a sneak peek here, kind of a Wind Fury build that I've been kind of testing out. Strictly just going for Wind Fury damage, and with Totemic kind of works a little bit better. But in any case, like, why is Wind Fury then also a joke without 15 talents? Why is it even a talent? Like, why is Wind Fury even a talent for Enhance? Like, and then we have also like Forceful Winds. This is the talent that makes Wind Fury basically not just inconsistent, but also weak most of the time, right? If you don't get the procs very quickly in its window, then your Wind Fury just not gonna do as much damage. Similar then to Doom Winds, like Doom Winds is very much tied into this, right? Doom Winds doesn't do damage unless you have all Forceful Wind stacks, and then if you don't get the procs, right, Doom Winds can be bad. It's a 1.5 minute cooldown lasting only 8 seconds. And it can also get just absolutely scuffed with RNG. So I think, guys, there is just undeniable things that for them to work on, right? Like, I understand that the people who are happy want to still play kind of the same Elementalist style build, and that is fine. We can still have that. I don't understand why is it mutually exclusive situation where people are like, oh my god, right, like if they rework it, then this doesn't exist. Brother, they can just have this be like a thing, right? You can still have majority points into like Lava Lash and have like a Lava Lash build, Elementalist style build. This is still a possibility. It's just that having builds that do more physical damage, builds that have to do with more with Wind Fury and with Storm Strike, right, they also need to exist. Now, one thing, infuriating thing that I just want to go over really quickly, that shows that Blizzard is listening. Like, this proves that Blizzard is listening, and this is also one of the reasons why I think a lot of people are angry, because of just the overwhelming amount of good feedback Blizzard has received for Enhancement Shaman, is how they instantly moved the central guidance from under Spirit Walker's Grace. This just shows you that they're actually listening. But, you know, doing all the good feedback over literally like 2 years, right, is just like thrown away, right? But okay, this one thing, okay, we fucked up, right? We've obviously like gonna fix that. Like, this just shows that they're actually listening. It's just that they don't care, right? They have some kind of an internal vision and they don't care, right? Let's even talk about that internal vision. Like, what is the internal vision for Enhance? Like, what is Enhance supposed to be? Like, you're a fully melee spec that needs to be melee and then unlocks like a one ability that is ranged. And it deals the majority of its damage then with that ranged ability. Like, makes no sense. Like, you know how they fixed Retribution in the rework, right? They basically made everything's hit at range except like the auto attacks and like Crusader Strike, right? This very much then solved also the issue of not having much mobility on Retribution. So I think that was like a very good vision they had when they were doing with when they were fixing Retribution. For Enhance, where is the vision? Like I just feel like there is no vision, and it feels really awkward that for you to access your range capabilities, you have to be in melee, and then you also have those range capabilities only for like 1 second, right? So I hope I was able to kind of straighten it out. It's like why some people are not happy. I personally don't care. I will play Elementalist again and click Lava Lash again. I will play whatever build is good, right? I don't care about that. The thing is, right, that there is so much that can be fixed and that can be done, and for so much, after so much, how do you say, feedback given, it is so shameful, such a joke as well, that they didn't do anything, right? It is such a joke. Why is the Ascended treated like a bastard child? Why is this not in our spec already, and then we have talents to actually make it good, which are also going to be consistent, right? Just a consistent damage increase to it. Why does Lava Lash have 16 different talents just to make it a worthwhile global, right? Like, you need this entire tree to just make it worthwhile. Why is this ice powers, right, locked behind fire powers here, right? Like, makes no sense to me, right? Like, ultimately, you can be happy with the playstyle, but I just feel like there's so much that can be done, and for them to do nothing is such a joke and such an insult to, I feel like, everybody in the community. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Like, comment, subscribe, all those things YouTubers want you to do, and have a nice day.